reaction comes in. We have our sources saying that the accused have been remanded to police custody till October 21st. That's the latest breaking news that we're tracking at the moment. Baba Siddique's killers, two of them who have been arrested so far, have been sent to police custody till the 21st of October. But the lawyers claim that the police custody will be given after the completion of due procedure. We'll get you all the latest details. But let's stick to what the details we have, because according to our sources, the killers, the two of them who have been arrested so far, have been remanded to police custody. Now, the police will question them, and ever since they were arrested last evening, they have been grilled extensively by the police on their links, on the modus operandi, on the possible motives behind the assassination of Baba Siddique. Now, so far, what we have uncovered through our sources in the Mumbai police is that the two gunmen, the two shooters who were arrested, have links with the Lawrence Bishnoi gang members. And one of them have been a resident, one of them has been a resident of Haryana, and the other is a resident of Bahraich in Uttar Pradesh, and the third one is also a resident of Bahraich in Uttar Pradesh. His name is Shiva, and the manhunt is currently on to nab him. But right now, according to the details accessed by Republic TV, the accused has been sent to police custody. That's the latest details that we're tracking at the moment. The police will now grill these two shooters on their links with Lawrence Bishnoi gang, and also a possible larger plot behind the murder of Baba Siddique, which happened outside his Bandra office last evening. Now, just to give you a quick recap of what exactly happened, the two shooters, along with the third one, were waiting outside Baba Siddique's office last evening, just waiting for him to exit. And since the police deployment was not at its peak, the shooters chose Dussehra as the D-date to carry out the assassination. And soon after Baba Siddique stepped outside his office, they fired 6 rounds at him, out of which 2 bullets hit him in the chest. And that led to bleeding, and eventually the doctors also claim that Baba Siddique succumbed to the bullet injuries, which led to a lot of bleeding. He had already lost a lot of blood. They tried to initiate the resuscitation process, but since there was no pulse and they couldn't track the heartbeats, they declared Baba Siddique as dead because he succumbed to injuries after he was shot at from a very close range outside his office. Now, who is Baba Siddique? Baba Siddique is an NCP leader, was an NCP leader. He was a Congress leader before he joined the
accused को produce किया, हमने उसको object किया, being an officer of the court. Whatever grounds we could give to the court, we have given it. Court has considered all those grounds, and considering 21st of October तक एक accused को उसमें custody दिया हुआ है, and second accused को उसमें ossification test के बाद में produce करने के बाद नहीं, no comments on that because that has not been produced by the prosecution in the court today.
पुलिस ने कितने दिन मांगे ऐसे?
पुलिस ने उसमें 14 days मांगे थे, but court ने उसमें 7 days की दिए. If the court feels that further investigation.
What were the arguments that took place in the court?
For 14 days of custody of both the accused person that has been arrested in the present matter. And the court, after hearing the prosecution and our side, being an officer of the court, I had told the court whatever grounds on which the custody of the accused shall be minimized, and the prosecution has objected to it for sure. So considering that, court has given 7 days of police custody to accused number 1, and the ossification has been ordered against the accused number 2. After the ossification is done, then the accused number 2 will be produced before the court.
Why there is a kind of a confusion?
Accused number 2 has stated that he is 17 years old before the court, and court, upon considering his statement, has given such orders.
As far as the arguments are concerned, sir, there was multiple times it was said by the prosecution that there could be an international link to this. Whether there is a link to Lawrence Bishnoi gang or not, what have in fact...
you are absolutely correct that the prosecution has said that there are international links, but no such names has been taken as you are stating. So I cannot comment upon it. If the prosecution brings such material on record, that will be part of the judicial process. I cannot comment upon it.
The prosecution also went on to say that there could be multiple targets. Baba Siddique was one of them.
I cannot comment on the events that are going to happen or what will happen. So it is nothing which I can comment on.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for talking to us. Sir, Hindi में एक बार बात करें.
That was the lawyer representing the accused at the court, speaking to Republic TV exclusively on what exactly happened in the court premises. He said that the accused number 1 has been sent to 7-day police custody, and the second accused, the documentation is pending, and after that, he will also be remanded to police custody. Now, we have more breaking news coming in, and this is regarding the assassination of Baba Siddique, because now what Republic has learned is that there is a fourth accused as well in this entire matter. While the third accused named Shiva is on the run, what Republic has gotten is that there is another fourth accused who is absconding, and he's identified as Zishan Akhtar. This is the latest lead that we are tracking at the moment. Zishan Akhtar has been identified as the fourth accused, fourth shooter on the run in the Baba Siddique murder case. In fact, there is a multi-agency probe that's currently underway to nab Shiva, who is the third shooter, who was with the two shooters at the Bandra office, outside Siddique's Bandra office. And we have Satya Prakash also joining us live on this broadcast. Satya Prakash ji, now the latest is that there is a fourth accused as well involved. Give us more details on the investigation.
देखिए दीपक, 7 वर्ष से पहले से जाहिर हो रहा था कि जिस तरह तीनों जो शूटर थे उनको निर्देश दिया जा रहा था और लगातार उस हिसाब से काम कर रहे थे। जिस तरह से पूरी तरह से प्लानिंग किया गया था इस हत्याकांड में, और जिस तरह से शूटर पहले से मुंबई में आकर और जिस तरह से बाबा सिद्दीकी का पूरी तरह से रेक किए थे, तो इन सारी चीजों का प्लान पहले से तैयार था और पूरी तरह से तैयारी करके रेकी कर पूरी तरह से प्लान किया गया था। 3 जो शूटर थे आए थे यहाँ पर, जो जिसमें 2 को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है। देर रात में ही पुलिस ने गिरफ्तार कर लिया है और आज कोर्ट में पेश किया गया, जहां उनको 21 अक्टूबर तक पुलिस कस्टडी दिया है। दूसरा जो है शिवा के बारे में लगातार पुलिस तलाश कर रही है। उसके लिए लगभग 10 टीमें निकली हुई है, उसकी तलाश कर रही है, लेकिन अभी तक पुलिस से फरार है। पुलिस लगातार ढूंढ रही है शिवा को, क्योंकि जो बताया जा रहा है कि जो मुख्य आरोपी है शिवा है। शिवा को जो निर्देश दे रहा था जिशान अख्तर, जो चौथा अक्यूज है, जिशान अख्तर पूरा गाइड कर रहा था, कैसे पूरा प्लान तैयार करके और किस तरह से पूरा अंजाम देना है, सारी चीज को लेकर जिशान अख्तर करता था। तो जिशान अख्तर और शिवा अभी दोनों फरार है। शिवा के लिए लगातार मुंबई पुलिस क्राइम ब्रांच की टीम निकली हुई है, लगातार सर्च कर रही है, लोकेशन ट्रेस करने की कोशिश किया जा रहा है। जो 2 आरोपी अरेस्ट हुए हैं उनके पूछताछ में जो बातें सामने आई उसके आधार पर लगातार सर्च ऑपरेशन चालू है। लेकिन फिलहाल शिवा तक अभी तक पुलिस नहीं पहुंच पाई है। शिवा को ढूंढ रही है, अन्य लोकेशन पे गई है पुलिस क्राइम ब्रांच की टीम, लेकिन अभी तक कुछ पता नहीं चला। जो चौथा आरोपी आया है जिशान अख्तर का नाम आया है, और जिशान अख्तर के लिए भी पुलिस लगातार ढूंढ रही है, लेकिन अभी तक उसका भी पता नहीं चल पाया है। जी,
Public has also gotten you the blow-by-blow details on what exactly happened and what is the planning that probably went into before the assassination of Baba Siddique, the NCP leader, who was also very close to the Bollywood actor circle as well. First, the police suspect that the accused, the shooters, conducted a recce before they got close to their targets. And this is not all, viewers. We have more details that are tumbling out because initially, the assassins, in fact, tried to kill Baba Siddique, but their attempts failed. And that's because of Baba Siddique's Y+ security cover, because the security was elaborate and there were NSGs as well with him in his security cover. So the initial attempt had failed of these assailants. Now, what we know so far is that the shooters, just moments before they shot at Baba Siddique, they arrived in a regular black and yellow taxi. And after that, the shooter shot Siddique as he left his Bandra office. And after shooting him, they tried to even escape. We'll get to those details a bit further, but the details of the shootout is that they fired 3 to 4 rounds at Baba Siddique, out of which 2 rounds hit Baba Siddique in the chest, which led to bleeding, and the resuscitation was not possible, so the hospital had declared him dead because he had lost a lot of blood in the process. So now, after the shooting, the assailants even tried to flee the spot, but their attempts to escape was foiled because they had a pre-plan escape plan as well, but that was foiled because the police were quick to nab the suspects. Because the police managed to nab 2 out of the 3 killers. The third killer, named Shiva, is currently on the run. Now let's get you more details, because after the escape bit, the police have identified these assailants. Now, the first assailant is Gurmail Baljit Singh, who's a 23-year-old who's a resident of Kaithal in Haryana. And the second shooter who was arrested is, let me tell you, first, this is Gurmail Baljit Singh. He's also linked to the Bishnoi gang. He stayed in Kurla since September. They got an apartment. They rented out an apartment in Kurla. They stayed there. And the second assailant who was arrested is Dharmaraj Rajesh Kashyap, who's a 19-year-old who is from Bahraich in Uttar Pradesh. He also resided in the same flat as Gurmail, because they both had gotten an accommodation in Kurla in September. And since September, they had been living there. And both of them have their links to the Bishnoi gang. So this is what we have uncovered so far. Now, the third suspect that we're about to talk to you about is Shiva. Shiva is currently on the run, and he's also from Bahraich in Uttar Pradesh. And the cops, the probe agency, suspect that he could also be linked to the Bishnoi gang. So the police are all set to question Lawrence Bishnoi in the Sabarmati jail. But this is the detail that we have about the assailants. Now, let's talk about the contract, because the shooters apparently received an advance payment before the hit job on Baba Siddique in Bandra yesterday. And the larger reward was promised to them post the assassination. So their pre-planned escape bid foiled. They were nabbed, and the larger reward post-assassination was never possible. And the third assailant is currently on the run. Now, what could have been the possible motives behind the killing of Baba Siddique? One is the slum rehabilitation dispute, because in August, Baba Siddique's son, Zishan, and others were booked because they tried to obstruct the officials of the SRA during the survey in Bandra East. So this is one of the possible motives behind the murder. And the second motive behind the murder is Siddique's proximity to Salman Khan, because Baba Siddique was very close to the Bollywood circle. He had close ties with Salman Khan. In fact, he was very instrumental in brokering a truce between Shah Rukh Khan and Salman Khan. So probably the larger plot was get to Baba Siddique first, and then it could have been another target.